What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Justin? Hello, everybody. Are we live finally?
Yeah,
Are we live?
we are. Our faces are now on, so we've been
Oh,
live for a
okay.
little bit now.
Hello, everybody. Uh, I see some faces from the premiere.
Yeah, so we just got done doing an encounter.
Yeah, thanks for watching that. Marcella says, "What a scam!" Sorry, we're not trying to scam anybody. We're just trying to have a nice time. Justin went a little premature with the live. He got excited. We're still trying to figure this out,
I think
but we're getting
we
there.
figured it out.
I love it.
I think going a little bit premature ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and saying hello. For those of you still hanging out watching the credits of Encounter, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, wasn't really a horror film. It was a sci-fi film. It was kind of creepy. The ended kind of creepy, but cool. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the ending. How'd you guys like it? This we got Camp Blood Media. Hi, Camp Blood Media. How you doing?
Real fast, guys. Just give us a little thumbs up too if you can hear us and everything's good to go. We like to have a confirmation from you guys.
Yeah, I just did a little sound check. I can hear us.
Nice.
But yeah, if we're not sounding good, let us know. We just wanted to pop in and tell everybody happy Friday. Thanks for joining us, for watching the film with us and hanging out. And just say hi. See how everybody's doing. What's going on? Sean, what's going on, man? I know a couple of people had asked about the movie and why it wasn't available outside of a couple of territories. As we're getting more films, and we're going to keep getting more and more films, that's our goal, is to just have a bunch of fun movies for everybody to watch and hang out with. But some of them, they're just not available for certain places, and we can only show them where we have rights. So we don't want to leave anybody out, but we also want to get as many cool films as we can.
Yeah, we've film's been pretty good. Just being U.S. Canada only.
Yeah. This one actually, it looked like there was almost 300 of you guys stop by and say hello and watch with us. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Muhammad, hello, Muhammad, Camilla, how's it going? Yeah, they've been doing really good for just being just a couple territories. And our new partner we got these from is a company called the Vega Baby Films. They're really cool. Sheldon, who we work with over there, and he's set us up with some really fun movies. We showed Big Legend, I think, 2 weeks ago. I think it was their first one. And I loved that one. I'm not sure how many of you guys joined us for Big Legend, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Big Legend was fun.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for Bigfoot movies, so I'll watch any Bigfoot movie any day of the week. And I feel like they'll never make enough Bigfoot movies.
No, not at all. I think I've in my little network feed, just in the universe right now, I feel like I've heard about like 3 or 4 Bigfoot movies this week.
Bigfoot's a popular guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we were watching a documentary the other day. Then you just stumbled onto another documentary today.
Then another review today on this other documentary.
Jojo Ambrose says, "Wow, thank you for the movies that you put there. Wonderful to watch on a rainy day. Thank you for watching them with us. Man, we love putting them out there for you. We love watching them along with you guys and hanging out. So it's fun." Justin, what is new? What should we talk about? What's going on for Friday? What are we going to do on our weekend?
What's I was going to pull up here? A little list.
Justin's got a little news. For those of you who have joined us a couple other times for some live events, one of the things that we've been that we want to incorporate more and more of is a little show and tell. And so while we were watching that movie, I remembered that I had bought this really amazing action figure, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And so if you see an empty spot on my shelf back there, it's because I took it down. But this is the great Tom Atkins in Night of the Creeps. This was a Scream Factory special. It came like a special Blu-ray case, poster, all kinds of awesome stuff. So that's my show and tell for the day.
That is a cool. Let me see it again.
Here it is.
You showed it to me before, but let me see that again.
Yeah, there it is again. I'm not forgetting a good light on it, but it kind of adds to the ambiance, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really cool. Scream Factory or whatever. They do some really cool things with NECA, which is one of the big toy companies that makes really cool horror figures and different figures. But they do like some exclusives with NECA where they release like a Blu-ray and then an exclusive action figure, and I think that this is the only way this action figure has ever been released. I don't think they ever re-released it by itself, so pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, one of the things I was going to say is that, did you mention that was part of the Encounter?
Yes, that was Tom Atkins from Encounter, and Tom Atkins from not only just Encounter, but so many things. Pull up IMDb and pull up Tom Atkins if you're a horror movie lover. And I know everyone knows Tom Atkins by look, but you'll end up. I'm always surprised every time I look. There's like, oh, he's in that too. Oh shit, he's in that too. But he's been in tons of stuff. Love Tom Atkins.
So what other films we got coming out? What are some of the announcements we got coming out for next month, Mike? Kings of Horror.
Coming up next month, we have quite a few Terror Tuesdays lined up. Letitia says she loves your channel. Thank you, Letitia. We love you guys. MJ, hello, thanks. We have some really cool films coming from Terror Films. We have some. We have a big group of films that we're really close to getting the rights to. So I won't announce that too prematurely because it'll be exciting if we get them. So we'll let you guys know if we get those. But with Terror Films, one of the fun things that we're going to do next month is the first Terror Films title that we released when I started back in, I think it was July was the first one released of theirs. But that was Hell House LLC, which is a really awesome found footage movie. And it's on the channel still, but that was our first time we did Terror Tuesdays with Hell House LLC. And Terror Films has the rights to part 2 and now even part 3. So we got the rights to part 2, and we're going to premiere that one on our channel within the next couple of weeks. And we're going to do a little double feature. It'll be the first time we did a double feature of a Terror Tuesdays. So
that's going to be fun. Yeah, I missed the first one, so
yeah.
It'll be nice to see both.
Yeah, we're going to kind of re-release the first one to just kind of get it back to the top of the heap of like all of our fun movies. And it's, I don't know. I love found footage, and Hell House LLC, like the filmmakers, they do it right, man. They do a great job with that movie and with all those movies.
So, did any of you guys get a chance to check out the Evil Dead watch party last weekend with Bruce Campbell? Mike, did you get a chance to watch?
I did watch it. Yeah, I was able to. It was nice actually. We had a babysitter, so I was able to kind of just relax and hang out and watch Bruce Campbell. And that was a really cool experience. You know, we did our watch party with over at Quarantine, which was tons of fun. You know,
and Doug Jones was on there.
The opportunity to talk to
Jonathan Sheck.
Yeah, that was a really awesome experience.
And that was if you guys don't remember that one, we got a chance to screen the movie Quarantine. We had Jonathan Sheck on. Jonathan Sheck's known from That Thing You Do, Doug Jones,
Prom Night, and then, a lot of other things. Jonathan Sheck's a great actor.
Yeah.
And then Doug Jones. Doug Jones is like the coolest creature actor that there is in the world, who's now all over the Star Trek TV show and doing fantastic for himself, and also just a amazing human being. Super nice guy.
Yeah, no, that was fun. So if you guys missed that, actually, I think we still have the clips on our channel. So if you guys do want to kind of watch an old watch party we did with the Quarantine, we don't have the whole movie on there, but it's a pretty good chunk. We have some couple little cut downs on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last weekend was Evil Dead watch party,
yep. And
Bruce Campbell got to sit there, answer questions. We did some promotion on our channel for the event, but no, we would love to do some more watch parties with you guys. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in doing stuff like that. Let us know. Keep us informed on kind of what you guys would like. Movies, of course, but other things besides the films, such as these watch parties, any cool little videos.
Yeah, the watch party is a lot of fun. I'm just getting a chance to take a look back at the chat here. I think, Justin, we are boring Marcella. Marcella, we're sorry if we're boring you. You definitely don't have to hang in here and watch if you want to watch movies. And if you're not having a good time, you could, go do whatever you like to do. But, we'll get better. We'll get less boring. Dawn, thank you for sticking up for us. But
that's why we put ourselves after the credits.
Yeah.
So we know if you stuck around after the credits and you're here, like we're all on the same page. So you either walked out during the credits or you're hanging out with us. So we appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out, even watching with us. yeah, we will get better, and we'll entertain you guys a lot more down the road.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We'll get better. Don says, "Do we have the dancing kidnapper?" I don't know anything about the dancing kidnapper, but it sounds amazing. And I know that in the chat, by the way, I just want to touch on this real fast, and I'll stop because I know I keep bringing up the Greasy Strangler. For those of you that haven't seen it, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate me. But I'll stop bringing it up. But if you guys watch it and if you guys like it, we're gonna get. I have a short film that I did. It was the first time I worked with Justin on a film that has the lead actor Michael St. Michael's, who plays Big Ronnie in the Greasy Strangler. So we released that short film, and we will get Michael St. Michael's on one of our live chats and do a little interview with him. So
yeah, getting him on there is gonna be nice.
Yeah, he's a really, really nice guy, very, very funny, and a cool guy. And he was in the movie Video Dead, which a lot of people know, the '80s film Video Dead. He was in that. He's actually, I believe, he's the cover art for Video Dead, like it's based off his character in the movie, if I remember correct.
What year was that?
Man, I think that's it's got to be early '80s, '83, somewhere around there. I haven't seen it in a long time either, but I need to.
Thank you, Don. Don said, we love you, KOH.
We love you guys. You guys are the best.
Even the people in here that we bore, you're in here hanging out. So
we still love you,
yeah.
Even if you hate us.
You're on the channel. Come watch the movies. If you don't watch us, come watch the movies on the channel.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot more movies coming out next month.
Yeah.
But I need to watch what, Video Dead, you said?
Yeah, the Video Dead. Yeah, we'll watch it one day while we're working. We'll put it on in the background because I haven't watched it in a very long time either. Next time I talk to Michael, I'd like to pick his brain about it a little bit. Don says that the short during the festival. Yes, Shiny Shiny is the name of that, Don.
Oh, yep.
I love that short film. That we try to get the rights to that to show it on the channel, and we still might, but the filmmaker that made that, his name is Jeffrey Sanders, really, really nice guy. But that song is copyrighted, and that's why you can play it during festivals, but playing it on like Kings of Horror, I don't know that we can get it on the channel, but I really want to get it on the channel because that short film was amazing.
That was classic.
That
was classic. And just to segue, actually, go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Well, just one quick note on about that short film, because we talk about filmmaking and stuff in here from time to time. What's really interesting about that is that Jeff, from what I understand, talking about being like resourceful and being able to make something, out of, not much, is like he shot that, I think he said, in his mom's basement, with his younger sister, plays the girl, is the victim. And, it's a very, very successful, really cool short film that he was able to do on a low budget with very little, so it just shows you, like, if you can be creative and use your imagination, you don't have to have a lot of money and a lot of resources to make something really cool.
No,
so.
We were just talking about that. I've been wanting to shoot a short film on, if you guys remember the old 8mm movies. I don't know how many of you guys had old 8mm movie cameras, but I have some used cameras that work very well, though. I've been wanting to shoot a movie on a little film, and that's my big thing. Also the phone, man. I want to shoot something on my phone. I've shot some stuff back in the day on it, and we were just talking about like small filmmaking, I think that's like maybe we'll have a little movie.
Justin has a very good eye for film. He makes some really cool stuff. We got to get a couple of, I know that short film wise, do you have any horror short films?
Like my 48-hour horror short. I got kind of a darker one. And then I need to show the Christmas one too.
Absolutely, yeah.
I got a couple little old
We should just put together a little package of Mike and Justin's
Would you guys
movies.
like to see our short films?
Yeah. Do you guys want to watch our movies, or are we just making you guys watch our movies? But we could put together a little like a little, I don't know, like 4 or 5 of our shorts together as just one thing, and watch them together and chat about it.
No, that'd be good.
Yeah, because we got some fun experiences making those movies.
Speaking of short films, and maybe I won't do it for ours because that'd be kind of unfair. But Sin City Horror Fest, if you guys are familiar, which we're obviously talking about, that's how
that's where Shiny Shiny came from.
The early submission deadline is Sunday, I believe, January 31st. So if you guys know any filmmakers, or if you're filmmakers yourselves and you want to submit a short film or a feature film to Sin City Horror Fest, go to Film Freeway and look up Sin City Horror Fest, or you could just go to sincityhorrorfest.com, and then there should be a Film Freeway link on there.
Yep.
So yeah, Sin City Horror Fest is actually a film festival that Mike and myself run here in Las Vegas, along with 3 other partners, Darren, Drew, and Clay. Shout out to them. And so yeah, early deadlines on Sunday, and we're trying to still work out some logistics this year, kind of depending on how all the health stuff goes and
what the world's like. In
what the world's like. So we'll definitely do a. Oh yeah, you turned off. You turn back on. So also just real fast, Mike's camera, we got it working. It does go off for a split second, but it comes back on automatically. So Mike does not need to shut his camera on and reach around. If you guys have watched the last couple ones, we're refining our setup here. But yeah, Sin City Horror Fest will probably be in September or October of this year. Definitely going to do some type of virtual thing where you guys can watch still online. I know Sundance Film Festival is going on right now as we speak online, which I want to buy like one ticket just to kind of see what they're.
Yeah, check
I mean
it
to
out.
tell you that. Yeah,
we should definitely take a look at it.
See if they have any horror films.
Looks like we got Czech Film Classics saying hello from Prague. Hello. I think I might know a couple people that work for Czech Film Classics or connections to some of those. But thanks for watching.
Nice.
But yeah, the Sin City Horror Fest, we will be back again in 2021 to kind of piggyback off what Justin was talking about there. Normally we run it here live in Las Vegas. Obviously with things the way that they were, we did it online in October, and we had a lot of fun, and most of you guys, a lot of you guys hung out there with us, and we loved you for that. It was a really fun weekend. It turned out way better than we had even dreamt that it could, and that was because of all your guys' participation. So I don't know, next year, even if the world is ready for live events again, we'll definitely have to find some sort of
we'd be crazy not to do something online
because it was so much fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. Definitely. And the filmmakers, I think, besides not being here and talking and hanging out and having that social aspect, I mean, we're all especially going to be craving that more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, like, overall, the filmmakers were happy having the film like shown, to so many people. So no, I thought it was a pretty cool deal. I think online film festivals aren't a bad thing. I think they're actually pretty cool. So
Shira says, I'll support you guys all the way. Thank you very much. Thanks for supporting us. We do appreciate it. And we want to keep bringing you guys fun stuff to watch and stuff to hang out with. Tiffany says she's been watching some of our movies for past 5 years. They're all great. Thank you. Yeah, we work with a lot of different distributors and even independent filmmakers that make all these awesome movies, and they get the rights to like put them up here. And what we love so much about the channel, and was kind of our owner's vision when he started it, was that giving independent filmmakers a shot and letting them give them a really cool place to show their work to an audience like you guys that appreciate everything in the horror world, from like truly really low budget independent stuff to like bigger budget stuff like we kind of just watched. That it's a pretty big budget movie that we just watched with Encounter. But it's just cool to be able to have all that stuff in one place and then watch it with you guys and chat about it. And hey, Mark, what's going on? Looks like you just woke up. Hello from in Alaska. Thanks for joining us.
So Dawn said, you'll buy. Dawn said she'll buy some. I don't know if that means. Did you say was she gonna buy Dawn tickets or merchandise? Because I know Dawn's been buying shirts.
Yeah, Dawn is
segue into the next thing.
Yeah, Dawn's amazing. Dawn's been buying some really cool shirts and sweatshirts of ours, and he's been supporting us as well as some of you others out there that have been buying some merch, and we really do appreciate that. Helps us a lot. Yeah,
we're gonna be announcing soon the collection that we have in there now of merchandise will be later in the next probably month or so, maybe less. We'll be going into the vault, or actually, you'll still be able to buy the collection that we have, but we're going to be releasing our new logo on some new shirts pretty soon. So we'll have to show you guys. We'll keep you updated
Yeah,
on
you've
that.
seen some of the new look we're putting on thumbnails. We're testing some things out to take a look at how it looks on the channel. But what we're trying to do on the channel is really kind of give you that, like an experience of being here on the channel and knowing that you're watching Kings of Horror movies, and the ability to kind of go through our stuff a little bit more and find what you're looking for. So we're trying to kind of use that fun 80s video store vibe with the stickers and then the logo being a little clean and easy to move across. But yeah, some of the older look of Kings of Horror, it's gonna kind of be that's kind of the vintage look that'll be.
The vintage classic.
Yeah.
New logo. And I would buy tickets. I was talking to Sean, buying some short sleeve plaids. He wants to cut mine. Maybe we start selling plaid shirts on our channel.
Start selling plaid shirts with
I think
an
maybe
embroidered KOH on it. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I would wear that for sure.
But yeah, we'll be announcing that pretty soon. Yep. I guess we just did kind of announce it a little bit.
Yeah, you just did. So we announced it just a minute ago.
No, one of the and tell a funny story real fast about the. I think I'd mentioned this a while back, but we talk about Kings of Horror. It's a great place for some of these smaller distribution companies, and we're a small company, so let's say bigger than us even. So these distribution companies and filmmakers having a place to live, and one of the films that they had on here was a film of mine back in the day, and that's how I actually discovered Kings of Horror. My dad found my film, and my dad messaged me and said, "Oh, your movie's on YouTube." I said, "Oh, it is." I was like, "Must be ripped or something, And I looked on there, and it looked pretty legit. And you guys had this is a few years back, but I looked on there, and it was like, I think when I looked on there the first time, it was like 1 million views. Yeah, it was like 1.2 million, I think. And I remember thinking, I was like, this has to be fake. But yeah, you guys embraced it. The comments were very surprising, because I was not expecting that. I was going to read a couple of I was looking through yesterday. I had a couple tweets, and I mentioned this last time, I think. Or I mentioned on the chat a couple days ago about someone tweeting, said, they tagged me on Twitter and said, "Justin Berganzoni, this is the, Ominous is the biggest load of bollocks I've ever seen in my life." And I didn't know what the word bollocks meant.
He said, "Thanks, that's nice."
I was like, I have to look that up. I think it's a diss, but maybe it's a compliment. So yeah, someone tweeted that, and then someone tweeted, and it was like the same day. It was like the next day, some guy tweeted. He's like, "Crap, like just some crazy thing." He was also from the UK, but and it was actually called The Innocent over there. The movie, they changed the film, but point is, Kings of Horror was a cool place that my film got a chance to find an audience at. So
yeah,
and Mike had a film
and I
of his
had
on
the
there
same
too.
experience. That's how I found our owner Richard, and was able to kind of start working with him. And I used to do, I know we've talked about some of this before, but I used to do some reviews for the Kings of Horror channel when it first kind of kicked off. And I would write them and direct them, and they were the John Wesley Jr. reviews that our partner from the film festival actually played John Wesley Jr., Drew Marvick, and he's really fun in it. But that was a lot of fun. It was a cool experience. Camilla says, "Justin, your movie is on Viewster."
Yeah, I'll have to find out about that.
Yeah.
We're
trying to get it back on the channel.
Trying to get back on the channel. Hopefully it gets back on the channel. I unfortunately don't have I don't own the rights to the film personally, but I'm still in touch with my producer, and so we're trying to work out something that we can get it back on the channel.
Yeah.
And that'd be fun. I'd love to have it live somewhere. It wasn't, it was so long ago that I was like, it'd be nice just to kind of have it. I was in Zia Records. Zia Records is a record shop out here in the West Coast, kind of Arizona, Nevada. It might just be at.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it originated in Arizona.
Yeah.
It's a really cool store, though.
But they had my movie, and if someone says what it was called, Ominous. Ominous is what it's called in the States. They changed it when the UK got it. It was called The Innocent. So it's called Ominous here. Not the 2015 sci-fi version, the 2009 version. But I saw it at Zia. There's been one used copy at Zia forever, and then like a month ago, I grabbed it, I pulled it out, put it I I just want to see if anyone like grabs it and like see what they do with it. I pulled it out of the the little spot, and then I kind of put it on top of the rest of the films there, and I came back the next time and the movie was gone. So they either looked at the movie and said this is not worth putting back, or someone said, oh, this is interesting, I think I'll buy it, and I'm probably what's happened.
I think somebody bought it because it's interesting. It's cool. It's a very independent, low budget film. You made it as your first movie you ever made. It was a cool way that you kind of got connected to doing it. You were just out of film school, right?
I was still in film school.
Still in film school.
The summer before my senior year in film school, and when I came back my senior year, everyone knew I had shot a feature, and like, I was like, all right, this feels nice. Everyone's like, ooh, you did a feature this last summer? I was like, yeah, just summer stuff. No, it was.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But
we got Prince on here. Hi, Prince. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Tiffany, you're welcome. Yeah, I dropped a link up there for anybody that's interested in grabbing a shirt or something like that or just wants to take a look. Actually,
Sean said, the Innocent was you. Sean, there's a famous movie called The Innocence, or another famous movie called The Innocent, I think. Yeah. But yeah, there is, my version of Ominous is called The Innocent, and that came out like in 2009 or 10 out there. So,
anybody that does, and sorry to piggyback real quick, but anybody that wants to, if anybody is interested in buying a shirt or anything today, I made a promo code for 10% off, and that's KOH10. I think that it's just like that. I can't remember if the K's capitalized, but either way, if you guys want to, if anybody's interested, try and use that code. It should give you 10% off. Yeah, it's cool, man. I can't wait to get it back on the channel so we can, put it out there.
yeah.
I have the rights to my own movie that was on here. That's the way that I found it. But the company that got it up here, I got the rights back from them. So I want to re-release mine, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't. So,
dude,
I will. I got to find the old hard drive. That's the thing. Is like it's been so long.
Are you going to recut it?
I do want to.
Or are you going to do another export? You're going to do a little cut.
I want to do a cut, and that's the thing is that. So a little bit of background for mine is that I decided I want to make a movie, and a friend of mine was going to film school. And so we kind of just got together and we was like, let's just do it. So we wrote the script, and a couple of other friends helped out, and we ended up driving up to Utah for 10 days. We had the whole thing planned and ready to go. And so we shot this movie in 10 days. But it was short. Like, so once I got back and we started editing it, which takes a long time, it was somewhere around like 60 minutes, maybe complete, in the best version of for what it was. But you can't really release a feature-length movie at 60 minutes, and not knowing at all what we were doing about making a movie and stuff like that. We didn't have any money left over to go out and shoot more scenes and add to it. So one of the guys that I talked to was like, "Well, just stretch out some of the stuff." So there's some long stuff in there. Like, and so I don't want to bore everyone with how long and boring it is. I want to cut it back. Camilla says, "You want to see?"
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I will get Beast back onto the channel.
Did you do a commentary for that too? Did
no,
you guys do
no, we never
That's
did,
what we need to do.
Wanted to, yeah.
So
that's what
I will help you. Let's do that.
Okay. It would be fun to kind of do it live. It'd be fun to, like, when I relaunch it on the channel, play it, or maybe after like a week of it being up so that people could see it. And it's certainly not. It's the first thing I ever did. I'm very happy that we made it, but I see all my faults in it, and it was still the most amazing experience ever, and everyone that was part of it was
let's do it.
Always be in my heart. Like, it was really just like the coolest adventure ever. But yeah, it'd be fun to do a commentary and kind of talk you guys through. I ended up playing a character in it because I had an actor lined up, but because again they didn't have many contacts and much money and all that kind of stuff. Like, right before we were going to shoot, the actor like backed out. He's like, I think I'm just gonna take my family on vacation. I was kind of bummed, I was like, all right. And so I had kind of always thought maybe I would play a character, and then I had to, so I did. So I played the character that exits first.
Exits first. He wore plaid. Mike wore plaid.
I definitely wore plaid, and Sean, there's a lot of plaid in Monster Among Men. That was the original title, was A Monster Among Men.
Thanks, Camilla.
And our distributor changed it to Beast.
Camilla said, "I definitely like your film, Justin." I hope it's the right one. I mean, either way, I'll take credit for it. You guys, no, I'm a little hard on myself. That making a first film, like Mike was saying, is like, does your friend regret going on the original actor.
I actually don't know that guy. I met him online on like so I never spoke to him again. I don't know. Funny enough, though, I will say that when we announced that we were doing the premiere, he did reach out to me at that point and was like, "Man, I wish I would have done it." That was the last time I ever heard from him. I don't know, 7 years ago or something like that. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to independent films, so many people talk about doing it and never do it, or start it and never finish it. And so I understand. Like, he didn't know me that well and didn't know what we were gonna do. So. Sean says no one is perfect. Yeah, I definitely wasn't perfect in my first film, and I haven't been perfect in any of the films that I've made. But I feel like everything that we've done, I've taken a step forward each time. And that's the hope, right? Is like that you can watch what you did and see what you did well, and see what where you made mistakes, and then hopefully correct those mistakes and grow as a creator and just have fun with it.
And I feel like that's a lot of the films, especially that, at least with the film festival at Sin City, since we've had this coming year is going to be year 5, but even year 2, we've had some returning filmmakers.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've had any return. Well, Brandon Christensen.
Yeah.
I think he's the only return feature filmmaker. Is that correct? Yeah.
Off the top of my head, yes, but
we had a ton of a few short filmmakers.
Yeah, we had quite a few. We had one short filmmaker. Sorry to cut you off, but that did his first feature and came in, and that was that one we didn't get a screen last year, but he was an official selection. That was 15 Minutes to Midnight, I believe. But he made that really cool short film. Yeah. Man, something from the cabin or something. It's really, really awesome short film and a great feature he made too.
Yeah,
so it's fun to see that.
Did we? Unfortunately, I don't think we could screen it though. Did we? I don't think we ended up screening it, but it was official selection.
Yeah, it was official selection, and that was part of the thing is for the film festival this year, because everything was so different. Everyone was just trying to kind of find their way and figure out what was right, what was wrong. There's a lot of ideas about online festivals, because before this year, a lot of online festivals had a bad rap because there were a lot of people trying to take advantage of filmmakers and not trying to give a nice experience or a cool experience, and just basically take submission fees and keep them. And but then a lot of filmmakers were afraid of pirating and things like that, and so some of the filmmakers weren't real comfortable showing their films on YouTube, which we understood, because they're still trying to get distribution and sell their film. And so we still kept them as official selections, but there were a handful we weren't allowed to show on the channel.
Right.
But we still love them.
So yeah, and hopefully this year, I think the tides might be turning as far as the mentality of not only the directors but the producers, the whole films. Like, it's part of the playground now. Like, this is it. Like, it's online. Online screenings they're
a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
And YouTube has done a great job with this. Like, you're not long ago we couldn't be doing this, and it's fun to be doing this. And when I learned to make movies, I learned to be honest, like, everything I really learned, like technical stuff, I learned on YouTube, because I wasn't able to go to film school. And back then I checked out, like, was it Film Riot, and there was a handful of different websites different YouTube channels that were doing really cool videos. And back then you couldn't do live stuff, so it was cool.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Tiffany. Thanks for watching with us.
And thanks, guys. It was my movie, they said. Justin, it was definitely the right one. I saw your name. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Legit.
Yeah, so
you were saying you didn't get a chance to go to film school. You got to read some.
Yeah,
read Film Riot or watch Film Riot.
The most like the majority of how I learned how to make movies, I learned on I got started by YouTube, which is really cool. And I don't know, I love YouTube. Like, YouTube is a special place in my heart, and it's fun to be able to by no means am I some great established filmmaker that the world can't wait to see, but I learned so much on this thing, and it's cool to be able to talk with other people that like it. And
yeah, and you guys are amazing in the sense that, like, the films that we have on here, there's a lot of first time filmmakers on our channel. So when you guys watch these films and you enjoy them, that really truly does mean the world to these guys.
It does.
And we know a lot of filmmaker friends. A lot of friends have distribution. Some of their distribution companies, like, it's tough, man. It's like they don't always get watched as much as they should. And like, that's why we make movies, to get them watched. So when you guys watch these movies, and some might not be the best, mine's a great example is like, we're young and learning, but when you guys enjoy them, like, and they find it's like, man, that kind of gives some meaning to kind of what all the filmmakers are doing, and it's really cool. And I know, it's just crazy how much watching a movie can actually like really is a cool thing for an artist. Just having an audience.
Yeah, just seeing that somebody enjoyed it, and that was such a big thing for me when I found my movie on Kings of Horror. Was I was very happy that I did it. Very proud of the fact that we accomplished it. It was a big feat to do, and but again, I could see all the mistakes that I made and wished I had done better. And I was kind of ready to put it aside and move on to the next thing. And then all of a sudden, I found it on Kings of Horror, and I saw, and it had gotten a couple million views too. And there was people that liked it, and it was just fun to see that people did enjoy it, and it's fun. And like what Justin is saying to you guys is like, it's cool that's what the horror genre is so awesome, and all of us, why we love it so much too, is that it's just such an accepting fan base. Like, it's like, you can watch a horror movie that's made for $20 million and love it for what it was, or one that's made for $200 and also appreciate, the creativity and what goes into that. And so, I don't know, the horror genre is the best, man.
We had a film 2 years ago at Sin City Horror Fest that was shot on VHS tape.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think shot and cut on VHS tape.
Yeah.
One of the things that Mike want to move on, I want to see. And this might be a good time to kind of ask some of you guys some of the extra things we're going to try to do on our live shows. One of the things that I want to do with you guys, and maybe Mike, would you guys like to hear, because actually I'm going to take two subjects into one. First off, I'm sure you guys have been watching GameStop, the GameStop stock situation, and also AMC, but mainly GameStop. And me and Mike played a little bit into the AMC before it was even a thing. Well, yeah, but by chance. We had actually bought AMC stock last month together. Mike introduced me to the world of Robinhood. And
I'm a big day trader. I had a couple $100 a month.
So yeah, we bought a few dollars in AMC, and yeah, literally nothing, hardly nothing. But it was just fun to kind of see how the stock market works. I've never done it, completely clueless. Know nothing about it, but the Robinhood app kind of made it a little easy to just kind of figure out and kind of understand. But the whole thing's crazy. Like the whole GameStop thing's crazy, and
very interesting.
Going back to the source of it all is the Reddit group. And I was thinking about doing, and we have some good friends of ours, filmmakers, that one particular that's really big into Reddit. Well, Darren Flores, our Sin City Horror Fest partner, is big into it. But then Michael Evans, another filmmaker friend of ours, a Vegas filmmaker.
He had a film in last year's festival, too.
Oh, yeah. Michael had a film in last year's film festival.
Darren starred in his short film, right? Wasn't that the one that it was in there? The Chain Link?
Yep. And I did sound on that one.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Small world.
But no, Reddit stories, Reddit horror stories, fiction or nonfiction, and I want to kind of like, I love the feeling of sitting around a campfire. I love the feeling of just kind of like telling kind of creepy stuff, whether it's the real or fiction. But I kind of like the real stuff, I've always loved unsolved mysteries. So I was going to ask just kind of how many of you guys are Reddit users? Is that a thing for you guys, And because I was thinking about maybe reading some stories on Reddit, or maybe even.
I had an idea that I think would be fun, and it's like, so in the community posts that we do from time to time, that we're gonna continue to be active in and do a little bit more, and maybe even the Kings of Horror Film Club, we could do this as well. But I don't know, like when we were young and you used to go camping, you would do those campfire stories. One of the fun things that we used to do was, someone would start a story and then the next person would continue and create this long story. It'd just be a fun thing to do. But it would be kind of fun to like maybe, we'll put out a couple, something like an image maybe, start with a line, and then you guys can jump in and, help continue the story on, and let's just see where it goes, see if we can have fun with it, see if it's, as probably is a bit of what the creepypasta world is about on Reddit and those things, but it'd be fun for us to do it. And then if we come together with some sort of a fun, coherent story, then maybe we'll read it live. To everybody,
read it live,
and chat about
maybe
it. And everybody will
make
be
it into a movie.
And maybe make it into a movie.
No, I we'll come back to this, but I wanted to say earlier. Someone said we need commentary. I think it was Sean earlier. So we need commentary. if you guys can find, I don't know if it's on the Innocent version in the UK, but I know it's on the American version on the Ominous DVD. If you guys get a hand on an Ominous DVD, the American version, there's my audio commentary on there, and I was, the distribution company required that we have a commentary on there because they wanted special features, and so which is weird because me and Mike actually had the same distribution company and they didn't ask you to do it.
No. I think we were a few years apart by the time they got my movie. They had your movie.
They probably watched my commentary and realized that no one could do them, so they probably stopped asking.
No, there was a weird time though where all of a sudden like commentaries, like no, you couldn't buy a DVD without a commentary, and then all of a sudden, physical media became a thing that they thought that people didn't want to buy anymore.
And they would release two versions of the movies for a little bit. They would release two versions, a rental version with no special features, and then the special features version, which was. But I did my audio commentary in my front room. I was supposed to do it with two of my producers. They were supposed to come over and do it, and they were so nervous, or they couldn't do it. The scheduling, something worked out where it was just myself sitting in my front room with my old mixer board, little microphone, looking in on my TV, watching the film, and I didn't have any of the fancy equipment I have now, so I wasn't able to route the the movie audio to the mixer. I was like, well, I'll just record myself, and then I think they'll probably do the mix. The distribution company will take the movie, because when you watch an audio commentary, you guys, you hear the voice, and then, when they're not talking, the movie volume comes up, and when the volume comes down, my voice comes back up. But the whole commentary is just me sitting in silence. You can hear a dog bark. You can hear my breathing into the microphone. It's kind of creepy. It's it's really funny, like to some, probably to most, which is fine. I can't watch. It's just it's the most. If there was an award for the worst audio commentary, I think I probably got it.
Oh, that's amazing! I can't wait to check it out. I don't have a copy of Ominous. I need one. I'll get one.
Didn't I give you one?
No,
I'll bring one.
I think I gave you. Did I give you a copy of mine?
You did.
Of both of them, or just
your first one?
Just Beast. Okay. I have a bunch of copies of Underneath, which is my last one. That one's on Amazon Prime. I just dropped a link in there. Someone asked how you could watch Justin's movie Ominous. It is still on Amazon, but I don't think that. I think that's just to watch. I don't know if they
be kind. No, that's good. You know what was cool about it though is that the cast and crew, and I want to say it's on the record, cast and crew was awesome. It was like that experience of making that feature that summer was amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're done making that, I've only made one feature film. Mike's made two, and I have a couple of friends that made a couple, but it's like, so I don't know what that second film's like, that second experience, but that first one, like right afterwards, I felt like this, like right after the film ended, I kind of went to like I won't say depression, but it was like afraid to use the word, but it was kind of a weird depression. I remember calling my producer, Shari, and we were out of the blue, like a month or two later, and we were just start talking, and we were like, how you feeling? I was like, I'm feeling honestly kind of depressed. But yeah, like, so a lot of the actors are first-time actors. We didn't know what we were doing. Even though I was in film school, I was still learning, still trying to figure things out. And what I am proud of, though, is that we made a film.
Yeah.
And we actually did it. I don't think I probably could have made it by myself if it wasn't for them just kind of pushing me, like saying, let's just do it, Justin,
Yeah.
Like, let's just go shoot. I definitely wouldn't have shot it. Like, I wasn't even completely happy. I was supposed to rewrite some of the script, and I was still like, I was rewriting it, and then it's like, all right, we got to start shooting next week, or 2 weeks. I was like, all right. I wasn't the original director for it, so that's why the ball was already rolling when I came on. But enough about Ominous today.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, check out Ominous, but hopefully we'll have Ominous on Kings of Horror within the next month or two. Hopefully, we're working on it, and I will get Beast and Monster Among Men on the channel, and we'll have to set it up. I'll do something, because like very good friends with the DP and producer Darren, who's part of the film festival, was one of the actors in it, is one of my best friends. It's all like family to me, half the people in that, and then the other people are really great people, so it'd be fun to just do like a live Zoom call commentary and watch the movie with you guys and tell you about some of our funny stories. We had one funny story. I don't want to ruin everything, but it was like we were shooting like in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night, and our what do you call it? Our special effects guy, Steve Siegelbaum from Gut Rot Effects. I think he still has that company, but he's a great guy. He's funny as hell. But they were out, like there was like one moment where like all of a sudden everyone stopped and someone was like, "I just saw somebody back there." And this is like in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of night. And and one of the actors is actually a cop, and so I felt a little confident because I was like, "Oh, I think he has a gun with him or something." I'm not sure, but then all of a sudden, like the effects guy, he like runs off into the dark, and then comes back out, and he's like, it was a poacher. He's like, I got back out there. He's like, there's a dude standing there with a bow and arrow. He's like, and I saw him, and he saw me. He's like, and I looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? And he said, and the guy just took like 3 steps back into the darkness. He's like, but I think he's gone. And I was like, I still don't know if that's a true story. But everyone was freaked out. Half of the people didn't think it was. I couldn't tell if Steve was joking around or being serious. I really, and we never got, because things were just so chaotic. I don't think there really was a poacher out there, but it definitely scared the hell out of us for the next couple of nights. So.
That's amazing.
A lot of fun experiences. It was a great time.
Yeah, I think my next we'll see. My next one or the one after, if when they come along, I would love to do one out in the woods again.
Oh,
and mine was in a cabin too, but mine
we
didn't. We was separated on weekends. But it's so fun to have when you're making on an independent level. I feel like obviously the film is. The film is key, but also I'm to the point now where it's like the film's very important. That's but also like the experience of making the film. Like I want to that's what you remember most, man. You don't, we don't remember we remember the film, but it's like the experience of making a film is just like is pretty awesome. So I want to make it a cool experience, and like I love late nights in the woods in the cabin.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
Fighting the weather, fighting the sun coming up, the whole thing, the stress. But yeah, the woods were scary. Don says he can't wait. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Don and Camilla. It's definitely got some flaws, and it's very indie, very low budget. But again, I love the fact that we made it, and I like to talk about it. Like I like to talk about the mistakes that were made and the things that we learned and the things that we would do differently and the reasons why we did some things. So
Mike,
it'd be fun to show it.
Had pretty got a star in it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mike's a little humble about it. Mike doesn't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got TJ Lavin in it. So for those of you that are aware of the MTV. TJ Lavin, he was the X Games champion, BMX rider, and just actually a really good friend of mine. And we grew up together, and he was kind enough that when I decided I wanted to make a movie, that he would help me. And that's actually why we went and shot up in Duck Creek in Utah. And he had a cabin up there that he would let me use for part of it, and then he had some connections up there that let us that rented us some cabins at a cheap price. One guy had a big piece of land he let us shoot on. So TJ was very instrumental in helping me get that made, and really, really sweet and cool to be in it and help me out with a lot of things. And so I owe a lot to him for that movie. So
how many days was he on it?
He was there for like 4 days, I think, 3 or 4 days. Yeah, he came up and then and so it was really cool. It was a good experience, but he helped us out for sure a lot. And one day, I think, maybe we'll have him on. He's not as much of a horror fan as I am, although growing up as a kid, he was at the slumber parties.
He might be fun.
Horror movies constantly.
Well, that's the thing, is like I think I want to do like ghost stories on here or something like that. I want to tell like stories where it's like, because I got so many ghost stories.
Yeah.
I mean, a few, but then I want to read some. I'm sure you guys have some crazy, funny stories about growing up, just some fun stuff.
Yeah.
I think, having him on here would be fun, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely have him on sometime. So.
No, so you guys have been awesome with this. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, we chatted for an hour. Time flew by, I guess.
So I do want to ask you this because you kind of mentioned it earlier. I think you mentioned it on the movie Encounter on the chat, possibly about doing a Kickstarter at some point in our lives for Kings of Horror.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a possibility?
I think it's definitely a possibility. Justin and I have worked together on my short film. Actually, the first time I met Justin was on one of the John Wesley Jr. Reviews that we did. If you ever go look up the John Wesley Jr. reviews here on Kings of Horror, there's a review of Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and Freddy's glove pops out of the popcorn bucket. That's Justin Berganzoni's hand. That was the first time I met Justin. But we've worked on a few things together, and I would love to make a movie with Justin to work together and do it together. I think we'd have a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
I think we complement each other pretty well. So you and I need to settle on like a fun story, something that we want to do, and it would be cool to do like a really cool Kickstarter campaign and just try and raise a little money and shoot a film, and then put it here on Kings of Horror.
I would love it.
Yeah.
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 Well, definitely you guys that are sticking with us.
Yeah.
I think definitely whatever perks we have, or you guys will be first in line to find out if we do this or not.
Absolutely. Hey Ken, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Sean Ominous does have a green face on the cover. That is the Ominous that Justin is responsible for.
We won't forget to add Twizzlers. Twizzlers, if we don't have Plaid in this horror film that we make, yeah, we'll be...
There will be cameos by both Plaid and Twizzlers.
Yeah.
For sure. And it might be the story of the Plaid slasher. I still have that mask around here somewhere. Under my desk. I don't know where, but...
So one of the regulars that I'm not seeing anymore is you guys, Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine's missed out for the last couple weeks, so hopefully
Yeah.
Jasmine's doing all right. She's okay.
Who else has been... Sean's been there a lot. You've been there, Sean. Don. Camilla's been there.
Camilla says she thinks we complement each other well. Thank you, Camilla. And I do too. I feel like I've known this guy my entire life. And I'm glad that we work together here at Kings of Horror, and we get to talk about horror movies and show you guys horror movies and watch horror movies with you guys. It's kind of a dream come true. So
Yeah. And I'm really excited about the rebrand for Kings of Horror that Mike's come up with kind of all the looks, all the little thumbnails, the horror stickers, and we're trying to recreate that video store experience of, movies you've never seen before as far as like horror films, kind of, really embracing the genre, the B-horror genre. And a lot of these films, are better than B-horror films, but we kind of have it all, like some of the classics in there. There's a whole, if you guys haven't got a chance to take a look at like the whole classic film playlist I think we have. It was a cult it's a cult
I think
playlist.
it's called a cult playlist. Yeah, cult classics.
There's some cool stuff on there. Carnival of Souls. That's an awesome one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I haven't watched that, but there's some really cool stuff that was actually public domain that we were able to put up. Then we got the rights to some Ted Michaels movies, which is like this old classic like B-movie filmmaker who made a lot of really cool movies back in the 70s, I guess, and even 60s maybe. But they're really B-level, like, fun stuff back when B-level was like, where they spent a good amount of money on B-level movies.
Yeah.
And I was able to work with Ted when I was really young. It was the first thing I ever did on a movie. And he was a sweet, sweet guy. Very nice, fun, eccentric dude. So I love Ted and I love his movies. As a matter of fact, I think his movie... Corpse Grinders 2. I believe we have that one on the channel too. That was a movie I worked on. So,
you guys ever hear of a filmmaker named Francis Ford Coppola? We have Dementia 13 on our channel. Now, is that public domain, or do we get that from a distributor?
Public domain. I think it's public domain.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that we still haven't, like, I just came on in September. It still feels like I'm kind of in the first month. There's so much to do.
Yeah, so much to catch up on.
Yeah, so, Kings of Horror's been around for, some of you guys have been around longer than I've been here. So.
Sean says he has a movie called Dead Season that's still unopened. I have a lot of movies that are still unopened. Funny enough, I bought a Dr. Sleep the sequel.
Doctor Sleep, man.
We bought it together.
Yep.
We were at the grocery store one
We
night.
were
We
at
both
Albertsons
bought
at
it.
like midnight,
It was right when it came out.
working on Sin City Fest.
Yeah, and I ended up watching it like 2 months later when it came onto HBO. So I still own it. I still have it wrapped up. But I have watched it. But I watched it on HBO.
So I'm gonna just ask the audience a few questions here. What movies and or horror shows are you guys watching right now or excited to watch that's coming out? So Mike,
Wrong
what do you-
Turn. That's the one I want to watch. And I
Yeah.
know Mark Miller just did a review of that, which he's got it up on his channel. And we are it'll be premiering on our channel real shortly, right?
Yeah, probably
Didn't
this
go live
weekend.
yet, yeah. But I've heard a lot of cool things about that one.
Yeah, so also let's give it shout out to Mark Miller. If you guys are looking for cool things to watch and don't really kind of, the well has run dry on your guys' on-demand service or Netflix, go to Mark Miller's, either watch our reviews or head to his channel.
Yeah, ML Miller Frights.
Yeah, and then Mark is, who do you used to write for?
Mark used to write for Ain't It Cool News, and he ran the horror part of that. He also writes horror comics, and he's an amazing writer, an amazing guy, really really nice guy, and a wealth of horror knowledge. He's I don't even know how he does it. I think he watches about 100 movies a week.
Yeah,
but he's
so
always got
definitely
some new
head
stuff
over
for suggestions
to
and
his
stuff.
channel
Yeah.
too. So and you can find his channel. If you go to one of his videos, there should be a link in the
There's a link
description.
in all of them to subscribe to his channel. So please do.
So yeah, give Mark some love. If everyone can go over there and subscribe to Mark Miller, that'd be awesome. He's been doing a lot of cool stuff for our channel.
Yeah.
And he's such a great contributor. He's part of the team here. We just don't work together in this office, but yeah, Mark's been good.
Yeah.
I definitely want to watch Wrong Turn also.
Yeah. It says put up some new movies, please.
Fantastic.
Laura, we will continue to put up new movies and get new movies. We are working hard at doing that. So hopefully we have some stuff lined up, and hopefully we're going to get a big chunk of new movies real soon, which will give us, we'll have to schedule them and get them ready to go, and then do the premieres and have some fun with all you guys. But then hopefully it'll give us a little bit of time to develop our podcast that we're doing and work on our script and think about kickstarting some sort of an independent film that you guys can be involved with, and we'll find a fun way for it to be something you guys enjoy too.
Yeah.
So is that about
else,
it for
man?
this evening, for the Friday?
Yeah, that might be. I'm gonna give myself a couple more minutes
Okay.
just to hang out here.
Yep.
Because I feel like there's a couple things on my brain that still wants to talk to you guys. We love you guys hanging out with us, and now we obviously want to do more. And as far as the movies, all the Vega Baby films that we've been releasing the past couple weeks, if you haven't seen any of those, go check those out.
Yeah.
So Devil's Whisper, Big Legend, Shortwave,
Shortwave was cool.
Ghoul, Blood Moon.
Blood Moon was very creepy, and I think it made us all a little nervous.
Yeah.
I still like to believe that the ending was not quite what the ending was. That's how I live with Blood Moon. But the acting in the movie and
Blood
stuff
Moon was cool,
really
man.
cool.
It was
It was
fun.
really good. It was very dark. Dawn says we have anything scheduled for Valentine's Day. Dawn, we don't right now, but we will. Definitely. We'll definitely have something fun scheduled for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to have at least a movie premiere on Valentine's Day.
And chocolate. Movies and chocolate.
Yeah, we'll have movie and chocolate night and Twizzlers.
Movies,
Twizzlers are
chocolate,
kinda
Twizzlers.
like- they're kind of like
Yeah.
Valentine's stuff.
Some nibs.
Yeah. Camilla says she's a cat people. Yes. One of our other guys that works with us, Alex, he is definitely a cat person as well. And Camilla, if you haven't
I have
seen,
a cat.
you have a cat too.
Yep.
A couple dogs. But if you haven't seen Corpse Grinders, Camilla, I'm not sure if you have, but it's an old classic movie that's on the channel, and it's pretty fun. And it was fun because I watched that movie when I was a kid the first time, and then forgot all about it, and then I met Ted, the filmmaker. But it's Lotus Cat Food. It's a story about two guys that own a cat food company and start grinding up humans in the cat food, and the cats fall in love with it. So it's pretty fun.
You know what I had on at the in the office a couple days ago here was Graveyard Shift. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
So I hadn't watched that, dude, since I was probably a little kid. And I remember my stepdad, we had watched that when he first started coming around. That being said, the movie's kind of like the movie's creepy. I watched the scene when he gets like pulled into the cotton gin thing, and he gets and all those mice are just looking at him, and those reaction from the mice, those eyeballs and those little twitches on their eyes is amazing. No, I just watched I had Graveyard Shift on. There was a couple Prime had a couple Stephen King films like kind of showcased Silver Bullet. What was some of the other ones they had? Thinner. I haven't watched Thinner yet. But
Have you ever seen Thinner?
I don't remember if I've
That
seen
was a
Thinner.
good one. It's a disturbing one. Camilla says Lotus Cat Food. Yeah, I believe that was the name of it. It was Lotus Cat Food, and no kitties were being hurt. No way. No, they were all being treated very well. But yeah, I believe that was the name of the cat food company in that in Corpse Grinders, and it's an old movie. And then he did a sequel in like early 2000s, somewhere around there. But it was fun. Tiffany says she's gonna order a coffee mug next month. That's awesome.
Thanks, Tiffany.
She's a Harley Davidson one. Very cool. Yeah, Dawn saw Thinner. Thinner's a good movie, but it's a disturbing movie.
One of our filmmaker friends, Adam Zielinski, friend of mine, old roommate too. He actually posted on social media this past week. He said Stephen King's Thinner's one of the best Stephen King adaptations, in his opinion.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. I haven't read many Stephen King. Not a big reader, but I've heard that it's considered one of the better ones. So.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it when I was a kid. I honestly don't remember it though.
Yeah, it's good.
We watched a ton of Stephen King. Just like the 80s was Stephen King movies, and then slasher films.
Yeah, and now they're starting to make Stephen King movies.
Oh, we had the I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch, but it's super cool. I love it. On our channel, I know some of you definitely did watch it. But the Pet Cemetery documentary.
Yeah.
And that played on Tuesday, on Terror Tuesdays. And that was another distribution company that gives us a lot of great films, Terror Films. They're the ones who provide all the films you guys see for Terror Tuesdays. Yep, Joe Dane over there is really, really good to us. But, yeah, the documentary was basically just kind of about the making of Pet Cemetery and kind of the process behind it. No one really wanted to kind of get it made. And if you're into how films get made, especially horror films, this is pretty cool. Yeah. They did a really good job. So we have that on our channel now. Go check that out. That's super awesome.
Yeah. There's another really cool indie horror film documentary we have called Decommissioned, and I think that we're like the only place that has it right now. But that's William Shotton, and his movie Bloodlock is on here. He's another indie filmmaker. Really, really nice dude. And if you guys like horror documentaries, his is really cool. It shows the heart of like being an indie filmmaker, being involved in indie films, and how much fun it is. Kid says, "Can you guys get hands on the movie? Can we get on Thinner? Not anytime soon, but this is our hope. Is like we've slowly been able to kind of get more and more bigger films, and it seems like." Some of the companies are kind of coming around to the idea of, the ad-based, revenue, so like, this has become a big thing where a lot of people are watching movies on YouTube now and on Tubi and things like that. So we're hoping that more opportunities open up for us to get bigger films onto the channel as well. But that said, even when we do, we will always still have time and space for indie horror and indie filmmakers.
Yeah. Sean, no, I'm sorry. Brazil Bread said movies, chocolate, and bologna. Bologna is how I see it. I'm Italian. Mike's more Italian than me. I speak no Italian, but my family, my ancestors are from Bologna, Italy.
Ah, interesting.
That's very fitting for me.
Bologna. Yeah, Brazil Bread used to talk about slapping bologna on bald people's heads early on. When we first met Brazil Bread in the, I want to say it was Patient 7. It was Michael Ironside even maybe during Patient 7. I think that was where that first started. I remember. It definitely made me laugh, and now that's all I think about when I see your name in the chat. Baloney heads. On the movie, yes, can't find it anywhere. The movie S.
Somebody's the worst meat ever.
Kenneth, I'm not sure what movie that is.
I think he was saying. I thought he said thinner, right? Or
well, I thought he was talking about that earlier, but he might not have been. I might have been referring to something different. And yeah, bologna. I haven't had bologna since I was a kid. I don't.
When I was a kid, over my buddy Ricky's house, we would cook. We would take corn tortillas, small yellow corn tortillas, heat them up on the comal, take bologna, and then fry the bologna up. Then you just roll it up. And that was gold to me. That was like a golden snack to me. Fried bologna with yellow corn tortillas. And I was trying to remember if I had fried the yellow corn tortillas or not, but I think we just fried the bologna. Yeah, so that was the only way I could eat bologna.
I definitely had fried bologna sandwiches when I was a kid as well.
Oh, fried bologna sandwiches?
Yeah, we used to make fried bologna sandwiches. That was a meal as a young kid. I have not had one in probably 35
Interesting.
years, which tells you how old I am. So the movie was called S, I guess, and it's about snakes. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that one. I might know it, but I don't. It doesn't sound familiar, but we'll take a look. Worm is a fun movie. I haven't seen Worm in a long time, but that's a fun movie. So
Thank you, Tiffany.
I think that this is. I think it's time to say goodbye.
So Mike basically is trying to say, Justin, we got to get back to work.
Well, we've held these fine people up for 73 minutes and rambled on. We lost that one girl early on. She didn't like to listen to you and I talk about nothing. But it's also Friday, man. Everyone get out there and enjoy. When I say get out there, I mean stay in your home and enjoy your Friday. But yeah, if there's anything else anyone wants to chat about, we'll stay. But I think we made you guys stick around long enough.
All right, so let's try to right now we are in this office particularly, we're just a two-man show. We do have another office elsewhere, but so we're trying to get our hands on everything. We want to try to go live more and talk to you guys more. So we promise we will try to get being live more, give you guys more things to being formed on. We'll horror news, things like that, and thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for hanging out. And, we appreciate you guys. Truly do. Thanks for coming back. Tell your friends about us. Tell them to come watch the movies. And, thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. And it was nice chatting with you all again today, as always. So we will chat with you again soon.
All right. You know what? Let's just try one thing before we say goodbye.
Just kidding.
One more thing. I know I have some movies to watch. You have some movies to watch.
Yep.
They probably want to watch a movie. Let's do something right now for the rest of the 22 viewers out there.
It's 24 right now.
24 viewers out there. Let's pick a movie. Let's watch a movie, and in a week from now, let's come back and talk about it.
Okay.
It can be any movie.
Greasy Strangler.
Does it have to be on the Kings of Horror channel? We could do Greasy Strangler. We gotta. We'll. Is it on
Let's
demand?
Watch the video.
Is it on demand? Can you?
Yeah. Greasy Strangler. I think it's on Amazon Prime still. But it's not for everybody. I keep shoving that in everybody's throat. But you will. Some of you will love it. Others will never talk to me again.
All right. Well, let's. Well, we don't want that.
You pick the movie, Sean.
Let's do.
Justin, sorry, I was reading Sean in here. You pick the movie.
Sean said we need a 24-hour live cast. I'm down.
We'll
give me
set
some
up our
Red
Twitch
Bull.
channel.
I'm down.
Yeah, and just go on and off from Kings of Horror YouTube to Kings of Horror Twitch.
Don said Ominous.
Ominous is a good one.
Ominous, you can watch, or Don, you can watch Ominous. We could, I think that's a good one to add to the list. I think for this first one, let's come out with something odd or classic. Like, do classic or odd? Okay, we're gonna do classic
and
for
odd.
this first one.
So Night of the Creeps. Since I have the toy, since we all just watched Tom Atkins and the other thing, let's all watch Night of the Creeps.
All right. So, and if you guys are, watch Night of the Creeps. Go find your copy of Night of the Creeps on the interwebs. We'll come back next week at some point. We'll talk about Night of the Creeps.
I think Night of the Creeps might be on Tubi, Don. There's a lot of really good 80s movies on Tubi, so hopefully it is.
Are you guys down for Night of the Creeps?
We're all down for Night of the Creeps.
Tiffany, you definitely can pick from the channel. And then Don, I also want you to watch Ominous too. If you guys want to watch more than one movie, it's great. But we'll just do our community homework.
Yeah.
And we'll do maybe we could do
Night of the Creeps.
We'll do Night of the Creeps, but we'll
Greasy
also
Strangler?
do Greasy Strangler maybe next week, or we could double up even.
We should do like a live reaction show to Greasy Strangler. We should all turn it on together. We'll go live and we'll just giggle for an hour and a half.
We'll do this the week before we have Michael St. Michael on.
Big Ronnie.
Big Ronnie, a.k.a. Big Ronnie. The week we have Big Ronnie on our show, the week before we'll have everyone required to watch The Greasy Strangler. And then he can come on and talk about it with us. So we'll do that.
That'd be fun.
And that might be soon. That might be 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
But we'll see on that one.
Sister says Evil Dead, and Evil Dead is always a good one. We just watched that one last week with the live.
But we'll put that on the list.
Campbell,
Soul
but-
Sisters, thanks for commenting.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. We'll throw Ominous on the list. Greasy Strangler. Tiffany, you guys can pick a movie. And then anyone else wants to pick a movie?
Dawn just settled it. It's Ominous and Night of the Creeps.
All right. Night of the Creeps it is.
All right. All right, everybody. We love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, chatting with us. And we will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. And take care.
Thank you guys.